Hello everyone, Haruki here. Today we're playing the brand new, not really brand new, more of like the new and improved Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I booted up the game once, and it threw me directly to the, the title screen, but this time it brought me to here instead, so let's just go in. So, from what I understand, they added side stories. DDLC is still the same, I think. Let me check. Alright, so yeah. So essentially, from what I understand, the side stories are linked to the actual game, blah blah blah. Mail, files. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, okay. So I'm assuming it's almost the same mechanic. Pictures. Nice. Alright, and the music. I think it's the pretty much the yes, the classic and settings. Okay. Pretty much an improved version, I guess. Okay, let's just launch the DLC. Gotta make sure the audio is okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, hold on. The audio is a bit too loud. Alright, Ken, let's start a new game. Alright, let's start. This is pretty much gonna be almost almost the same as the original game. So yeah. Should I voice act? Okay. How do I do a high pitch? Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her hands in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. Okay. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. The cringe factor, I guess, so yeah. Understandable. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha. This is hazukashi ne. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say my oral skills are down the drain. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's me. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Okay. We cross the road together and make our way to school. Wait, hold on, I'm just gonna make sure everything is like working correctly first before I actually proceed. Yeah, I should be working correctly, okay. We cross the road together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Haruyuki, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? You know, this would be funny if I actually did a if I 100% Japanese stream, if I speak English, the ends, and just change all the subtitles to Japanese. I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. My voice acting. They're not even voice acting, this is just like pure cringe at this point. You told me you would join the club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sari likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Isn't that just a need but with education? Okay, not really a need anymore, I guess, because need is like not in education. But sure. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know that you're happy now, but I'll die at the thought that you'll become a need in a few years because because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I will have a look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the overprotective little sister. I mean, I don't have a sister, but it just sounds like a very naggy sister. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oops, I didn't read that line. Oh crap. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at a wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sari wants me to check out on some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sari must have come into the classroom where I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm only the one left in the classroom. I thought I'll catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? This game is just gonna be about me talking to myself for the entire time. There is no way I'm going to your club. Oh, that voice can't go. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help out start a new club. Since she was the first to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. It sounds like me in real life as well. I hope that one friend of mine who's the president's not watching this. Next day loses the title. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. No, I always admire people who have interest in literature. I don't know how they just sit there and like stare through books and interpret those type of stuff. I mean, it's I mean, it's natural to interpret like every single thing possible, but I've never actually thought of looking at a book and be like, there's this perspective, there's that perspective, and this the third perspective as well. Yeah, but I guess. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I'll bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcake. Ah, yes, Natsuki, best girl. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. You know, the funny part. When I started the game, I think I missed out the detail just now. It actually had a disclaimer saying that all the girls in the game were like 18 and above. So that's like a little mildly concerning. Like I don't think the original game had that, but like, hey, I mean. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's trying to be, or if she's so cunning as to have planned out all of this. I let out a long sigh. You know, sometimes I wish like a girl would do this for me. I'm not just kidding. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! I wonder how much more cheesy this would sound in like Japanese. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for the cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and across the school and up the staircase, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Yes, one of my favorite soundtracks. Everyone, the new member is here. Told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Oh, number 1. Okay. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Yes, Natsuki, best girl. Ah, Haruyuki. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. If I'm looking to my left, I'm actually looking at like my stream. Actually, I should lower down the. Wait, give me one sec. I'm looking at my stream feed on the left just to make sure like nothing's burning and crashing down. So yeah. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say it, say it. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the incredibly, where did I get that word from? With the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. A small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki. Always full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say that. Don't say things like that. Yui, who appears to be comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. So cringy trying to make it sound less monotonous because my voice is just naturally like boring. Ah, Mashiro. Hi. Now it's what time? Ah, yeah, it's at night. Konbanwa. It's great to see you, Haruyuki. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. just shimping VTubers, huh? It's like everybody's like, I don't know, like once you get out, like after graduation, you're like, let me just shimp for my kind. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Is that athletic? Athletic, yes. Basically, simply out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down. Okay, I need to kind of like figure out like what kind of pitch I should use for like each person, because I'm like scrambling them up right now. Yeah. Come sit down, Haruyuki. We made a room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. Mashiro, me just look. I see. I guess now you have a lot of time to lurk around. I mean, you don't have any more commitments to stream, so I guess come and support me. Come and support me and this cringe. I'm literally the embodiment of cringe right now. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Okay, so maybe Natsuki, I'll just use more. Yeah, that. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Actually, wait. Isn't a desk technically a table? Or is there like some sort of definition saying that a desk has to be a certain size? No clue actually. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one more space next to Monica and one more space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? Look at her face. Wait, is my cursor captured? Oh no, my cursor's not captured, I think. Oh no, it is. Okay, it's just that I'm tapped out. Okay. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get the icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take the bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. What kind of freaking accent am I reading it in? Or rather, what kind of inflections and... I don't know what I'm doing. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I love tsunderes. Tsunderes are best. They are cute. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy. I will assume in Japanese it would be like, baka. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us. Okay, that's correct. Before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot tea or a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hehe. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I too in real life. Nice. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make you feel right at home, okay? As the president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. This I agree. In real life, or rather like in my personal life, I deal with like, how to say, I deal with quite a lot of Discord communities, and most of them have like very complicated political... No, it's not that the... Okay, I do participate in one political Discord, but not in the sense where they're all politically related. No, politically related is not. They're not related to politics, but the dynamic of like the member and the moderator thing is like kind of a bit weird. It's... Maybe I'll explain it in like another time, but it's just pretty understandable, yeah. Actually, cause like I'm like the vice president of like one of like my school's clubs, and yeah, like there's like there can be a lot of drama if like the upper management isn't managed properly, so like we had to go through like quite a few reorganizations and stuff. So yeah, I completely understand, like, yeah, this point hits, like, I mean, like, it's relatable to me, I guess. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yes, this I agree. I 100% agree with this. Just that for me, it's not about budget and publicity, it's about the content we're gonna teach. Or maybe a bit of the publicity as well. When we collaborate with like external organizations, it never gets done. There's like meetings called. It's like almost like, you know, like, it's almost like, you know, like politicians, not, I wouldn't say a politician, just bureaucrats trying to do something, and like it just never gets done because like it keeps bouncing here and there. So yeah, it's literally like relatable content here. So I'll much take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. I think in general, to start like any sort of organization, it's really hard to get people on board, because if it's like something that's new, people get skeptical. It's like, oh, what if it fails? All this. So like those people who actually take the step in creating, mad respect for them actually. Yeah. Let me take a sip of water first. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. This I agree with strongly. But it makes school events. Isn't this sentence a bit weird? But it makes school events like okay. But it makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still really don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Haruki, what kinds of things do you enjoy to read? Do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read this past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the brim of her teacups with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a great story in such foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in a world of books, not people. But you know, I like lots of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. My voice is actually dying. No, funny thing later is I have to actually go and record something that involves my voice, so I am going to have to recoup my voice afterwards, like within an hour. Screw me. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. This is literally everyone when they're trying to fit into a conversation. They just try to like go back in like their memory and just be like, yes. And then just pick out a random one and just like, let me just like sound relatable here. I mean like this, I can't deny that I don't do this, but it's like, it sounds like everyone. Yeah, that. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. Oh wait, hold on, this is Yuri. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club's meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give it back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems! What the frick am I doing? Your cupcakes, your poems! Everything about you is just as cute as you are. Sari slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulder. I'm not cute! Tsunderes are best. I love tsunderes. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Well, why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share with them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set the example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. The Sayori's voice is like a bit hard for me to do because my vocal range is like non-existent. This is why I don't do karaoke streams, because I would just be voice cracking left, right, back and center. Give me one sec. Hold on. Okay. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. What was Monica's voice again? Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look puzzically. I didn't know that's a word. Puzzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share all of them with each other. We'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Sorry, I freaking hate you. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bonds of the club. Isn't that right, Haruki? I haven't even accepted it yet. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sorry, may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and I lost my train of thought. All the four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Haruki? You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yay! I'm so excited! I'm so happy! Sari wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Something you'll never see in Singapore. Yeah, something you'll never see in Singapore. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel this imposter syndrome here. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls come to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Haruki, since we are already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sari and I never walk home together anymore because she stayed after school for clubs. Sure, I might as well. Yay! Kill me. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the other side. Just give me a sec. Okay, sorry, I'm back. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. And I'm sure good fortune will find me. Isn't that everyone like, oh, good fortune will find me, and then at the end of the day they just like get butt fucked over by like something? Or is that just me? And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, let's write a poem. It's time to write a poem. Pick the words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, raindrops, friends, I don't know, cute. Joy. After image? What is after image? Pink. Papa. Why Papa? Why is Papa like Natsuki though? That's weird. Pretty uncanny, bouncy. Ooh, cute and bouncy. Alright, pop. Skirt. I wonder where this goes. Skirt. Oh, I see. Maybe she likes skirts? Okay. Socks, flower, blah blah blah, unrestrained, pure. Oh, sweet. This is play. Anime. Swimsuit. Okay, why is Natsuki like slowly getting like, you know, like the pervertic route, the weeaboo route? Okay, Inferno, Universe, Ocean. Let's go for Kiss. Tenacious, peaceful, blah blah blah. What's Cage? Oh, that's her. Okay. Kawaii! Fluffy. Cheeks. Doki Doki. Sparkle, music, clumsy, jumpy. Jumpy. I'm literally just choosing all those that like I literally like in real life. I'm just like, yes, Fluffy, Mofu Mofu. There. Hi again, Haruki. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Haruki. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. The trigger, the amount of trigger. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. My personal opinion, anything that has a bunch of text on it is literature. Personal opinion, don't cancel me, thanks. In a world where personal opinion can get you cancelled. Anyways, swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Plops is such a cute word. Don't worry, guys. My voice. Haruki always give it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with he helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. If only I have a friend like this. I mean, not saying that I don't have friends, but a female friend would be good. You know, personal opinion, but you know, if you have friends with like a single gender, like your entire life, or like just like the majority of the time, I feel that it's a little hard to see the other perspective, or really like open your mind, like more of like to understand more, I guess, because like I mean, not to sound, I guess, I don't know, but that's how I feel, honestly. Yeah. Sorry, that's because your room is messy and it's distracting. You know, he should be glad that like Sayuri even let him into her room. Like it's like isn't there like maximum 4 in like most Asian countries? Like never let the opposite gender into your room or something like that. Yeah. Most Asian countries, I'm pretty sure most Asian countries. Okay. And you almost set your house on fire once. Fun fact, I never touched the stove before. I've never cooked in my life. So if I ever make a cooking stream, and the next day I don't stream, you know what happened. It's that so. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Haruki can become good friends too? You know, it's really weird to like read your freaking name in like third person. It feels cringy. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh. Wait, hold on, that's Sayori. Oh. You even brought you something today, you know. But Sayori. It me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, make it sound like a big deal when it really that make it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Okay, this is like very weird. Okay, for my speaking style, I guess. So like that's why I'm not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. If you don't want it to be one. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into a bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. She's blushing. Okay. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? Don't like. Okay, I mean, my personal opinion, but most nowadays just accidentally, like, when they say it's like, not that I like you or anything. I mean, they don't say that in real life, but like they do it in like gestures. It's like, it's not that. They say something around the lines of that, but it's not really like, how to say, it's not that I like you or anything, baka. あんたは好きじゃない。好きじゃねえ、バカ。It's not that kind of thing, yeah. But I guess each person have their preferences, so. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Yeah. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Interesting. Okay, Yeah, skip a line. Okay, no. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Ah yes, Natsuki's theme. The OST. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes? Manga is one of those things where you can't admit that you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, It's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Give me one sec. Okay, I am back. Watashi ga kita. Wait, no. Kairimashita. Never mind, I don't know, my brain's not working. Curious, I pulled it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I like how I find Natsuki cute, but I use such a not voice for her. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. How do you pronounce this word? Parifet? Parifet? Girls? The series I never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't think... Wait, hold on. I wasn't keeping track. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Haruki. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge this book by its cover. Cliché. In fact, Natsuki pulls out a first volume of Okay, you know what? I need to know how to read this. I'm going to Google it right now. Okay, hold on. Right here, right now. I want to know how it's pronounced. Alright, hold on. Define...
Parfait.
Oh, parfait. Parfait? Oh yeah, yes. It's French. Okay. Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. He shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Wow. You know, I just realized that the closet is actually like you can actually walk into it. I thought it's just like, you know, those like cabinets where you can't walk. It's just directly like the shelf inside. Natsuki grabs my hand and pulls me out of the closet. Is it out? Into the closet. Or out of the closet. Okay. Then she takes a seat against the wall, beneath the windowsills. She pats on the floor next to her, signaling me to sit there. How I wish a girl would do that to who will freaking ask me that. Really? Jealousy vibes, okay. Won't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs won't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I'm just getting so jealous. I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't expect I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space where she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder. Much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow. How long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really? Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happening yet, so I can't talk at the same time. It looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Slice of life? Anime? My favorite kind of genre. Off topic, but yes. If anyone curious, Nichijou was my first anime. Yes, okay. I kind of grew out of this, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Honestly, if I watch like slice of life, it's really for the humor inside. Like for example, like Nichijou is just deadpan humor and just like utter ridiculousness, if that's even a word. Yeah. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up. Okay, I read that. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. Oof, excuse me. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginnings is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all sorts of drama. Like when they get into their backstories and some of romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it good. Doing Natsuki's voice is killing my voice. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Wow. Natsuki gives me a little shock. Wow, if a tsundere did that, I would go moe moe kyun at that point. It's just like, my heart went doki doki boom boom boom. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you also enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's that impressionable, and she's talking about herself. Yes, the awkward laughter that everyone makes after they say something very embarrassing. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all of the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. What do you mean that's one of the better ones? What other bad... Okay, what other hobbies that are not considered like good? No clue, but sure. Not to mention that she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, 超かわいい。かわいい。いいね。いいね。Nah, I'm just kidding. We read on for a few more minutes. Twitch, don't ban me for that, please. I swear to God. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince one of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. Something I'll never ever manage to do in my life, actually. Nah, no. You know what I mean. You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. Her face though, it's like very cute. It's like super cute. Look at those eyes. Yeah, I sound like a creep at this point. Yeah, I just sound like a creep at this point. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kind of people. Oh, hi, Blood. How do you read your name? Bloodlaced? Bloodlaced. Yes, welcome to my cringy stream. Yes. Okay, I need to recover my voice a bit first. Drink a bit of water. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser. So I guess I gravitated towards other losers over time. Monkey see, monkey do. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Well, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he finds whatever now. Wait, go back. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. This is a word I've never seen in my life. Is it sept or kept? I assume it's sept. And it's of Latin origin. Hold on. Let me see whether my bets are correct. Hold on, Google. Define sept. Is it Latin or is it Greek? There is no wait, no. Is there no etymology for this? Wiktionary. Okay, let's see. Let's look up Wiktionary. My internet's dying. Okay, sept. Is it accept? Is it like... okay, it's like accept, I guess. But I guess it's like the shortened version. I guess. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solve any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... No, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. How do you Okay, wait, hold on. I've totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is one of my favorite characters. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Actually, wait. Never mind, I'll just leave it here, never mind. Yeah. The thought makes... Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just needed to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hands it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I said that mostly because I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course, it would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so you can start the next one. And if that gets spent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow. I got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. The things we do in order to make people happy. Man, I can understand. Yeah. But I suppose... Okay, I've said that already. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, do you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled page of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know, a page from a book, it's not called a page. A page is one side of piece of paper. To refer to the piece of paper in the notebook is called a leaf. Fun fact. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first? Who first? Show it to Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Her face though. You. Oh, got a fang. That's a fang. Cho kawaii. Cho kawaii. Cho hontoni kawaii. Cute. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poems. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing something else, other things. Ugh. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's why I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said. Ugh. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. Egoism be like. Narcissism be like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you say that you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world that you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if that's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. I like the transition with the music fade. Sounds quite smooth, you know. Not it's like how to say, the music doesn't restart, it just fades into like this simpler, like the instrument set just changed to a more simpler set, I guess. I have no music theory, but okay, never mind. Let's read. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of writing poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! When it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Like this. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did, I guess, more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Look at her face, her smart ass face. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decided to humor with her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. But why is this so relatable? Okay, Sayori. This is a good poem, Haruyuki. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. Am I the guy that would writing poems in his spare time? Yeah, I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Haruki. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Okay, trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much that this means to her and all, yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Another cute girl. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. You see the music? I like how it fades, you know? Like, it starts at the same exact timing. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through the blind... Wait. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. Oh, you can scroll, okay. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. And the music fades back, you see, at the same exact duration. I mean, it's quite impressive considering that this is programmed in like Ren'Py and all, actually, yeah. Ren'Py is like quite a... I would say it's quite the basic visual novel engine that's written in Python, which is a pretty simple programming language to learn, I guess. So, Sayori, this is just a guess, but do you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a no yes/no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It just sounds like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Eggs and toast. Sounds pretty nice. Actually, honestly, that's like my breakfast on like a... I would say when I'm overseas or like when I go out of the country for like holiday or something, most of the time my breakfast is eggs and toast actually. Scrambled eggs, my favorite. Must be salted scrambled eggs with a pinch of pepper. Like, I like it, yeah. Even though you're late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to rate the best poem ever. Did I say rate? Write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Yui. Yuri stares at my poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri blushes her face into her hand. Buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that 7 minutes we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and form feed them two together. The end result is that both of the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally what's the thing? Her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is totally gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work is the challenging part. It might take a while, it might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I've loved to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamlessly as if it's a rare opportunity, which is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature? I like her OSC. Okay, Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. Flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty pretty. Her handwriting is similar to mine, just that mine's a little more childish and comical like, I guess. Or you could just say childish cursive. My handwriting is essentially just childish cursive. That's a relief. Also, I like your poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. Really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yui? Hoo. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Yui. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon be left with nothing. That's a lot solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Last one. Hi Aruyuki. Having a great time so far? Yes. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyways, want to share a poem with me? Why do I keep getting burps? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Haruyuki. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's a sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, it's true. I named Monica my poem. I like it, Haruyuki. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki, right? And she's a good writer too, so take it as a compliment. Oh wait, that's Maya. if you say so. Yup. There's lots of poems and stories out there that no more than a simple few words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad, and sometimes they are only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anyone. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but... Oh. Thanks, M4. For the raid. This is the first raid I've ever got. This is the first raid I've gotten in my entire streaming career and since I debuted. Thanks. I feel honored. My first raid. Yay! But you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning though. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Yeah. Wait, M4, aren't you streaming not for broadcast? I saw you streaming not for broadcast and I went out to buy the game actually. I was thinking of streaming in my next stream. I was eyeing that game like I think a few years behind, like a few years back, and I was like, damn, the game's still in early access, let me just buy it. It's $8 anyway, so it's like eat a portion of my salary. Yeah. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. No, that's literally my awkward laughter, like in real life. So if you ever spot me in public, just if you ever want to know whether you're talking to me in real life, just listen for that and like yeah. Anyway, do you want to read my poems now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident. This me. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkles protrude. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I will, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late, my retinas. No, not retinas. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. You know, to be honest, the a hole, I read it as a hole. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular these days. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timings between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if you know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. I almost said deep shit, okay, but deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly, maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up later. This is me when I'm programming, just like whack. Just like, yes, Microsoft Visual Studio Code, whack, 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 whack. And then after that, the next moment is just like, that's tidy up with comments and shit. But you know that never happens when you say, I'll tidy up later. When you say, I'll tidy up later, you just push it into production and just deliver it to the client. Just say, here, have it. And then just say, it's perfect. And then like, meanwhile, behind you internally, you're like, yes, it's not perfect at all. It's the same thing as writing, like, I guess. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Is this gingerly? They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows sorrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Do you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it. And Haruki did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of mine. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. My voice. This is what has become of my voice. And Haruki liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yui. That's not what I... You're just... Yui stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Haruki appreciates my style more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know that? Wait, sorry. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? My voice. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon Haruki started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Haruki, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is much effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to figure out. Help me explain that to her, Haruki. Wait. There's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effective way. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Haruki? How did I get myself dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Yeah, this is the Plus version. It's essentially like the base game with like additional stuff, I guess. But I thought like I kind of support the developers, even though I played this a while back, like I think like 3 years back. 2 years back? Actually 3 years back, yeah. So yeah, I kind of like the game, the original one, so I thought I'd support by paying my 13 bucks. Is it 13 bucks? Yes, it's 13 bucks. My PayPal, it's dying. Wait, hold on, wait. Is it 13 bucks? It is 13 bucks. $13.05 if I'm not wrong. I feel broke now. I feel $13 poorer today. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with help me, Sayori! Natsuki? Natsuki glances at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Haruki? Well, that's her problem. That isn't about her. This is about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. Yeah, no, wait, sorry, wrong person. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why no one likes. How do I do this without voice breaking? Stop! Okay, wait. Water. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they are amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are just the same. Bye. Sorry, I got oh shit, my iPad. Okay. Yuri's boobs are just the same way as they were. Yes. I like how they suddenly become smaller actually. Like, look at this picture. Okay, this is like so out of context, but yeah. Like, I mean, they shrink. Like, they just became like chisai. And Yuri's okay. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to. Wait, is that? Sorry. It's mine. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize stuff, but I'm not really good with people, and I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own. I keep burping for some reason. Pardon me. You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's wildly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I will hate. This is where the foreshadowing starts. I would hate to see if her get hurt. That makes the two of us. You can count me in. You can count on me rather. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person. Really does make a good president regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her more. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It's alright. Well, mostly. Haruki, how about you? Yeah, I would say the same. It was the neat thing to talk about it was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Haruki, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I spent this much time together. I can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, about what happened earlier? Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they are both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. You know, Haruki, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you too. That's... every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught up to the situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? The OP is getting the love vibes. The I want girlfriend vibes. Well, just to have to see. Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. No, give her a head pat. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. How long has the thing been? Okay, almost 2 hours. You know what? Let's save it for maybe tomorrow. So yeah. Can we save the thing? Okay, let's save this for another time. Save the game. Okay, let's go back to the main menu. Okay, so far my thoughts. Still the same game. As what they say, the graphics improve, which I can tell. Let me just go back to like the return to desktop. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's they added this thing. Actually, wait. I think it's pretty creative. Like, I mean, me being a fellow software developer, I think it's pretty creative to add this in. Into like the into the game itself. I would assume that I'm gonna set Natsuki best girl. Yes. Yes, there. But I mean, the entire operating system here is kind of like, how to say, my thoughts on like what they did here is pretty much Linux. I mean, if you know what Linux is, it pretty is what the thing is. Like, data collected 15. Yeah, pretty sick game, I would say. I kind of like the concept, like what they did here and stuff. Side stories as well, they added, yeah. Did we unlock any extra music? Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all for today. Today's stream. Actually quite impromptu. I didn't even announce it on my Twitter. So yeah. So yes. Thanks M4 for the raid just now. So yeah. So thanks so much for watching. I will upload. Yeah, it looks like DD. It looks clean for DDLC OS. I bet someone will recreate it in like how to say like Linux, like I don't know, like just DDLC like Linux distribution or something. Someone's gonna do that. But yeah, I'll upload this on my YouTube channel as for my VOD. Yeah. So yeah, thanks so much for watching today and tuning in. So yeah. Where's my mouse actually? Yes, so thanks for tuning in. Hi. What I don't even have an ending greeting. What's my ending greeting? Hi. Otsutanuki. Bye bye. See you soon. Check my Twitter for like my thingy. Yes, and don't forget to follow. Yes, and if you're watching this on YouTube for my VOD, subscribe, like, whatever you guys do on YouTube these days. Click the bell icon, I guess. Yes, so thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Check my Twitter, blah blah blah. Yes, hi, otsutanuki, hi, mata ne.